thunderstorm walloped this St. Louis neighborhood yesterday, making it look like a war zone. All that debris used to be a three-story construction scaffolding until it was hit by 80-kilometer-per-hour gusts. It was all part of a swath of stormy weather that sliced through the central U.S. yesterday. A survey team will be visiting Walworth County in Wisconsin to determine if storm damage there was caused by a tornado. Yesterday's stormy weather generated 3 tornado reports in the U.S., all of them in Illinois. Not the easiest morning drive in Chicago on Tuesday morning. As much as 130 millimeters of rain was recorded in the hardest hit neighborhoods. A different system, but just as damaging. Thunderstorms kept rain falling in Charleston, South Carolina for 4 hours yesterday. By the time warnings had been lifted, 90 millimeters of rain had been recorded. It's been unusually hot and dry in Poland for the past 2 weeks, and the combination has the Vistula dropping to its lowest level in 200 years. From a seal point of view, this story had a happy ending, but it was tense for a few moments. This chase was caught on camera by American scientists off Cape Cod on Monday afternoon.
More active weather potential. Thunderstorms possible throughout parts of the country. Chris May is standing by and will take over for the evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much for that, Gary. Suzanne Leonard coming up in about an hour, picking things up right now. Let's put this in place. The tornado warnings, as were in place, as Gary mentioned earlier, have been dropped. But we are still watching this cluster of cells in the same spot off the immediate eastern shores of Lake Superior. But also as forecast, this is where the cold front has made its way, or the warm front is carving its way through. The cold front is through Lake Huron, and we still have this occlusion that's branching off and winding due west. So it's all thunderstorms and severe thunderstorm watches to the east. It is all still in place, looking for heavy rain to northwestern Ontario. Where is that cold front? Oh, that nasty thing came across Lake Michigan, and then it made its way through the state of Michigan, now across Lake Huron. We're still watching cells that are creeping across southwestern Ontario, so we're not out of the woods yet. We're going to stay on top of this story as this low that we're watching making its way through Wawa, and that's where the earlier warning was in place. We still have the distinct potential for tornadic outbreak in place still. You always have that with a severe thunderstorm warning, and it is still in place where we once had the tornado warning. Now the severe thunderstorm watch has expanded. It's gone further north. It's moved now further east. That is along the line that is still, as we just saw, making its way from west to east. So as far as tips on tornado safety, it goes without saying. Taking shelter immediately, basement or a windowless room. Windowless room. Never try to outrun or outdrive a tornado, because it is the sky, and the sky wins every time. All right, we're going to change gears now, go to Montreal. Heavy amounts of rain, very short period of time, as you can see here, flooded out streets. There was the heat warning in place for Montreal. It still continues in place today. Southern Quebec, eastern townships, isolated severe thunderstorms. The big risk with these, because of how hot it's been, is that you get a lot of convection, very low ceiling. So rain comes down so much faster. That's your southern Quebec story. And we're still watching the isolated severe that we were just taking a look at just a second ago in northeastern Ontario. It continues through the overnight. That line that we were watching, it will slide its way from west to east, and it will cross Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, and Toronto gets into the thunderstorm tonight. Remember I was telling you about the plume to the north? The tornado maker was essentially the warm front carving through, and right at the nut of the triple point with the cold front. But then all of the rain to northwestern Ontario is coming through the occlusion, through the wraparound. There's the cold front sweeping through lower Great Lakes.
And this Buick even has Wi-Fi.